Yo, what is going on, guys? Got a story for you here today titled, My Fiance Wanted a quote-unquote trial separation, so I divorced her instead, and she cried about it. This is ridiculous. So we have a fiance who says, listen, I want to go out there and I want to find myself. And the husband, rightfully so, turned around and said, okay, if you want to find yourself, you can find yourself out of this marriage. And he said, see you later. I think this is an appropriate response, guys. I think any of these women who are asking to go for a trial separation, healing journey, spiritual journey, whatever language they want to use to describe it, I think it is a fantastic decision, to go out there and divorce these women because they're going to cheat on you regardless. So let's jump into this story here and see what's going on. Now, before we jump into today's episode, a lot of you guys have been asking me where are the TikTok videos where I cover ranting crazy women over on TikTok, and I just wanted to announce that for the time being, they will be on my second channel, which I have linked in the pinned comment. So if that interests you, if you like that type of content, if you miss it over here on the main channel, make sure you go and check out the second channel where I will be doing near daily videos for the time being. Again, linked in the pinned comment. Make sure you go and check it out. A 34-year-old man shares how his fiancée blindsided him with a request for a quote-unquote trial separation just months before their wedding. Instead of begging or waiting around, he gave her what she never expected, permanence. Now she is full of regret, but he's already moved on. So yeah, excuse me, this isn't even a wife, right? This is a fiancée who's pulling this nonsense. She can't even keep it in her pants, okay, until they are married, right? When she can try and make off with the bag. She doesn't even do that. He says, I thought we were solid until that conversation. I'm a 34-year-old guy and my ex-fiance is 31. We were together for about 4 years and engaged for 10 months. The wedding was only 3 months away. Things were not perfect, but I genuinely believed that we had something strong going on. We talked about the future all the time, kids, traveling, buying a house. I had already put down deposits on everything, and he says I was fully in. So when she wanted to talk, quote unquote, one night over dinner, I assumed it was about guest lists or last minute wedding details. Nope, he says. Let's continue. I just need some space to find myself, were her words, not mine. She said that she'd been, quote-unquote, feeling lost and needed time apart to figure out who she really was, and then she hit me with the classic. Maybe we just need a little trial separation. No dating other people, just some time to breathe. Now, let me just clarify. Whenever a woman says this, even if she stipulates that she is not dating another person or that you guys wouldn't be dating other people, please understand that the women absolutely will be seeing other men. This is what we in the business like to call a lie, okay? This woman is lying through her teeth. She will absolutely be out there seeing other men, and she expects you to believe that that is not the case. That is the only reason why these people will ask for trial separations or breaks or pauses in the relationship or whatever language you want to use. This is exactly why. And usually it's actually even worse than that, because usually they have someone lined up when they say this, right? Whether they've already been cheating with you or at the very least flirting with a dude online or whatever the case may be, there is at least one dude on the sidelines there for her immediately. Please do not get confused about this, guys. A lot of men, they get into these situations and they think everything is fine because she said we won't be seeing other people. It's a lie, okay? Save yourself the nonsense. It is a lie. He says, I sat there for a moment trying to process. This wasn't coming from any recent fights or drama. There was no cheating as far as I knew. Yeah, I'd like to underline that, as far as he knew. No blowout argument, just this. I asked straight up if she was having second thoughts about the wedding. She danced around it and said that she didn't want to cancel it, just put things on pause. Pause, he says, question mark. He says the next morning, while she was at work, I packed up her things and dropped them off at her sister's place. When I emailed the venue and the vendors, so it sounds like he's gone ahead and he's canceled the wedding because he's contacting the venue and vendors. He says, told them to cancel everything. I took the financial hit. I contacted a lawyer. and I started the paperwork. By the time she got home that evening, everything was in motion. She came in, noticed the empty drawers, and freaked the hell out. She says, "What are you doing? I didn't say I wanted to break up." And this is what the dude said, okay? He says, "You don't put something on pause that you're committed to. You don't separate from someone you want to marry. You wanted space, so I gave you all of it." You know, people will say that, oh, this is such an unreasonable response. You know, the woman didn't actually say she wanted to break up or anything like this. But I'll tell you what, I am totally on the dude's side here. I think this was the correct decision. Okay, this woman was feeling out other options with other dudes. Hell, she's probably already been with another guy at this point. Okay, and she's over here talking about pauses when they have quite literally a marriage coming up. This is a fiance. Okay, I think this dude is well within his rights to do this. It makes complete sense to me. And the people saying, "Oh, that's just insecure" and all of that, honestly, they're not worth marrying either. Let's continue. She cried hard, said that she was overwhelmed, that maybe she made a mistake, that she thought I would fight for her. Again, very stupid language. Women who expect you to fight for them, ridiculous notion, makes absolutely no sense. That this was just supposed to be a quote-unquote break, not the end. But I was done. This wasn't about one emotional misstep. This was about respect. It was about commitment, about knowing that when things get hard or scary, you don't just step back and reevaluate your entire relationship without your significant other. She wanted out even temporarily, so I gave her exactly what she asked for, just more permanently. Again, I think this is fine, okay? The woman is sitting there, you know, she's crying, she's losing her marbles over this. You know, how could you do this? I wanted to stay together, okay? I felt overwhelmed. And I've actually seen a lot of situations where women think that this is appropriate, right? This sentence right here, the fight for her thing, okay? Where they will try and break up with you, right? Or they will cause a bunch of problems, and then they expect you to put up with it and stick around, and then they classify this as fighting for her. Okay, so let me give you an example. A woman breaks up with you, and then she's mad because she didn't understand that you wouldn't beg to get her back. There are women out there who will say, "Oh, well, this is a red flag because the man didn't want to fight for you," failing to realize that she was the one who terminated the relationship, and the man is actually just there respecting her wishes. It's funny to me, guys, how like men these days can listen to what a woman says, act on it, and then the woman will turn around and complain that the man listened in the first place. Do you see how little sense that makes, right? On the one hand, we're supposed to listen to women, but on the other hand, if we do actually listen, then we're the problem and we didn't do something right. It's stupid, and it goes to show why the women should be broken up with in the first place. Let's continue. He says, "I learned a lot about myself. It absolutely hurt. Ending what I thought would be a lifetime with somebody was not easy, but the clarity I gained from her indecision was absolutely priceless. She didn't want a life partner. She wanted a fallback. She wanted a safety net. And when things felt uncertain, she folded. That's not someone I want by my side when life really gets tough." I think this dude said it absolutely correctly. What the woman actually wanted was she wanted a safety net. She wanted some dude who was going to be on the sidelines while she went out there and she screwed around with Chad. Okay, maybe he had finances so she could see herself continuing her future that way. But at the end of the day, she wanted the stable guy on one side and she wanted to go and have her fun on the other. But guys, we are going to be leaving today's episode there. Don't forget to leave your thoughts and your comments. Make sure you guys take care of yourselves, and I'll be seeing you all in the next episode. Peace.